Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be dedicated to looking at the rules that were released the other day along with all the models. If you want to go and check out the models and all the stuff that was shown off, the video is posted already on the channel, but this one is just dedicated to the rules and the feedback to the rules, which is rightfully just in saying that some of the Space Marine rules seem absolutely broken when it comes to terms of balance. Now, I did a video about this a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like last month or something. So sorry if some of the same stuff is going to be brought up in this video. In that video, if you want to go check out that video, I'll put it in the top right of the corner of this video. You can go and listen to that and then come back to this one. But as a Space Marine player, and I say this like not in a bad way, I'm probably one of the biggest fanboys when it comes to Space Marines, and you know, I accept that. I love Space Marines. I love everything about them. I love the way they look on the tabletop. I love the models. I just love like these gene enhanced super soldiers purging the enemies of mankind. But what we've got now over the past year, since really the supplements, I would say, is that the Space Marine train has got stronger and stronger and stronger, while the other armies, in my opinion, have got weaker and weaker. Now let me just say, before we jump into the rules and start discussing some of the sheets, is I'm looking at this through the general person's eyes. I'm not looking at through tournament players' eyes or anything, because the argument can definitely be made when you come to tournaments, some of the best performing armies are actually not Space Marines. That is because when you look at tournament players and the lists that they build, I always see them as a different breed of player. You have just like the general person who goes to their local to play games, then you have the tournament aspect of it, which revolves around, you know, creating certain aspects of, you know, strongness in their army around certain units, and which can really power through and destroy everything else. So please take that into consideration when, if you listen to this video, if you're watching this video, that I'm looking at this just through the eyes of going down to my local and playing a friend. On that note, let's jump in and let's look at the Heavy Intercessor squad. So the Heavy Intercessors is the brand new Intercessor squad that was introduced. They're Intercessors in heavier armor, basically. So you can take a 10-man squad of these. Again, we'll get to the feedback and stuff and my thoughts at the end of it. I just want to go through the actual data sheet first. So the movement is 5, the weapon skill is 3+, ballistic skill is 3+, strength is 4, toughness is 5, wounds are 3, attacks are 2, and the save is 3+. It's the same with the sergeant, except the leadership is changed from 7 to 8. Now the weapons that these chaps have are a executioner bolt rifle, which is range 42, heavy 1, strength 5, AP -2, and the damage is 2. They have an executioner heavy bolter, which again is 42 inches, heavy 2, strength 5, AP -2, and the damage is 3 with this one. They have the heavy bolt rifle, which is range 36, rapid fire 1, strength 5, AP -1, damage is 1, a heavy bolter, which is 36 inches, heavy 3, strength 5, AP -1, and the damage is 2, a Hellstorm bolt rifle, which is 30 inches, assault 3, strength 5, AP is 0, and the damage is 1, and a Hellstorm heavy bolter, which is 30 inches, heavy 4, strength 5, AP 0, and the damage is 2. Now, if we take a look at this unit as a whole, one of the big things about this is that this is actually a troop choice. That is one of the main, I'd say, advantages of a Heavy Intercessor squad, and also one of the things I personally think is broken about this. You can actually take these as troops. That means you can take like a full battalion, get the max command points if you want to, and actually really, in theory, make a full-on Gravis army. And when you look at this force, when it comes to the stats, they have toughness 5, which is absolutely fantastic. They have wounds 3, which is absolutely fantastic. One of the arguments bringing the firstborn to the front of the line, let's say, was we basically gave them 2 wounds, and everyone was like, yes, that is amazing. But now they've trumped that with the Heavy Intercessors, which now have 3 wounds. And in my opinion, I think the Heavy Intercessors are here for the purpose of destroying 2-wound units, like Intercessors, like Firstborn Marines, like, you know, the Death Guard who gotta have 2 wounds. You know, we can theorize that some other stuff is gotta go up to 2 wounds. But these chaps now, I see them as the killers of this unit, especially so when you start to look at the profiles of their weapons. So the Executioner Bolt Rifle, damage 2. Executioner Heavy Bolt Rifle, damage 3. The Heavy Bolt Rifles are 1, but the Heavy Bolter is 2. The Hellstorm Bolt Rifle is 1, but the Hellstorm Heavy Bolter is 2. Again, of course, when it comes to the War Gear options, you can't really, like, spam like full-on Heavy Bolters and stuff. It's limited to like per 5 and stuff like that in the squad when you come to look at it. But if we just take the Executioner Bolt Rifle, damage 2, let's just look at that. So that's a 42-inch range. So you've got the movement of 5 inches, so don't forget you're moving 5, and when you come to do this with certain chapters, for example with Ultramarines, if you move with heavy weapons, it doesn't count as moved, so you're not hitting on 4+ anymore, you're still hitting on the 3+. If you stay where you are as an Imperial Fist, let's say, and you shoot these bolt rifles, because they are bolters, that means on 6s you get an additional hit. And with the new rules that are going to be coming in with Imperial Fists, apparently for every 6 you get is going to be 2 additional hits. So if you can imagine the amount of fire that you're going to be putting out with these, and the amount of damage that these can do, strength 10, AP -2. If you're in the Devastated Doctrine, then it is AP -3. If you're going against a vehicle as an Imperial Fist, that's an extra damage on that vehicle. It starts to look a bit, well, I say a bit broken, it starts to look massively broken, and that's just with the heavy Intercessor squad, not going with all the other stuff that we've seen that I mentioned in the previous video about the ATVs and everything like that. It really is looking now that a lot of people are just not going to be playing against Space Marines, and as a Space Marine player, you know, it's an upsetting thing to see people say that. Like, I've been getting the feedback in my Discord servers, on my videos, saying, you know, F Primaris Marines, F Space Marines, all I'm going to do is not play against Space Marines. I'm just going to play against other armies. So for someone like me who only has a Space Marine army, and I'm not buying Space Marines because they're powerful, I'm buying Space Marines because I love Space Marines. This is the thing for me. I'm not a power gamer. Yes, I know we always banter and stuff about I take Executioner tanks and stuff, but that's just it's just a meme. That is where it's at the moment. I love to play Warhammer 40,000. So if I'm seeing like friends who I know, personal friends, saying, well, I don't want to be playing against Space Marines in this edition so far because it's not going to be a fun experience, and I don't really have an argument against that, because I can see that it's not going to be a fun experience, and at the end of the day, I play this game to have fun, and the last thing I want is to be putting that on my friend where I turn up with an army that's got to crush him in a couple of turns and no one has any fun, because that's not fun for me. That is definitely not fun for me, turning up and just like smashing someone in 2 turns. I want it to be like, you know, going down to like turn 5 and it's on the knife edge, you know, you roll the dice, who gets to win it at the end. That's what I want. And at the moment, I'm just not seeing that is going to be the thing when it comes to Space Marines. And it is pretty sad to talk about that and just look at it with some of the bloody rules. Now, I personally thought, like, when the heavy Intercessors got announced, and I said this multiple times, that I think the way they got to balance this is that they got to limit them to how many you can take. Like, I've looked at this as Gravis armor, so they're going to be heavy Intercessors, they're going to be in Gravis, and it does actually have the Gravis keyword actually on there. So I was like, well, they're going to limit it to 6-man squads, as you can do with Gravis armor at the moment. You know, they're an elite slot at the moment, you can only take 6 of them in a squad, but lo and behold, this came out and you can take 10 of them. Yes, the argument is there that they're probably going to be sold in 5-man squads, but the option they give us where you can take a 10-man squad, if you just sit back and think about this for a second, that is a 30-wound squad at toughness 5. That is very, very, very powerful. And of course, since they're the troop choice, you have no limits then on how many you can take with it. Well, you do have a limit depending on the detachment and stuff, but you know, you can take more than 3. Let's just argument that. Since it's a troop choice, you can take more than 3 of these squads, which again is, when you look at this through a balance perspective, I just can't see where the balance is at the moment. Like, with some of the Necron stuff that we got shown from the preview, like, everyone on the stream, everyone was mentioning it, you know, they're all toughness 4, toughness 4, toughness 4, toughness 4, and we're like, where's all the toughness 5? Surely Necron should be getting toughness 5 with some of their stuff. Yes, you can argue some of the rules and stuff that comes along with them, balances it in that way, but then when you have this unit, the heavy Intercessors pop up, and it's toughness 5, 3 wounds each, you're just left scratching your head. And the amount of, you know, comments and feedback in the stream, in my Discords and stuff, you can't argue with it. You cannot argue with it. You know, well, I say you don't want to argue with it because they're right. They're absolutely right in what they're saying, and it is not fair. And as a Space Marine player, it just sucks for me now because I want to play with these. I want to make, you know, I want to bring free squads, have some fun with them. But I know if I bring free squads, no one's going to play me, or the person now I'm going to play is just not going to have a nice time. And I don't want that. They don't want that, and I don't want that. So I think it really, really is crappy, let's say. And hopefully that there's going to be some more balance in the future when it comes to squads like this. And just to go over one of the other data sheets that were shown off, this is a Storm Speed, a Hammer Strike. I'm not going to be long on this because it's just the same arguments really that I've been making. So the movement is 16 inches. Yes, it goes down in brackets. You know, 3 to 5 wounds is 12 inches movement, and 1 to 2 wounds is 8 movement. 8 inches when it comes to movement. The weapons, it has the Hammer Strike missile launcher, 36-inch, heavy 2, strength 8, AP -3, damage 3. Holy crap! Crackstorm grenade launcher, 18 inches, assault 1, strength 6, AP -1, damage 3. Melter Destroyer, 24 inches, heavy 3, strength 8, AP -4, damage is D6, and the abilities on this one, each time an attack is made with this weapon, targets a unit with half range, that attack has a damage characteristics of D6 plus 2. So whatever you roll, you're adding 2 to that if you're within half range of that weapon. You can see some of the abilities. You know, if you're playing this with Raven Wing, then if you're playing this with Dark Angels, then it has the Raven Wing keyword or any of their successors. It explodes, of course, all that stuff. But again, the main argument is if you're moving 16 inches, then you have the range of 24 inches and stuff. You can, bloody hell, if you start pairing this with some of the chapters like the Salamanders, the White Scars, the Raven Wing, the Imperial Fist with the Heavy and the Devastated Doctrine, if you have like the Iron Hands and stuff like that, it really starts becoming brutal. Anyway, Championios, I'm going to leave the video there. Of course, I would love to get your feedback on this. Space Marine players, I would love to get your feedback. Is it just me that is taking this out of proportion? Am I just being an absolute knobhead thinking that it's too broken? Other factions, what do you think in regards to the Space Marines? Let's try and keep it friendly as much in the comment section. Let's not just start, you know, going on at each other and stuff, because at the end of the day, we're all fans of the hobby, we're all fans of the models. I love the models. Again, I'll say this loud and clear, I absolutely bloody love the goddamn models. If there's something that has put a massive smile on my face throughout the years, is that how awesome the models look. I love them. I love the heavy intercessors. I love the speeders. I love the new big Chungus turret that's going to be released. I love it all. I love the bloody models. But the rules that are going with it puts me in a position now where it seems that I'm becoming that guy, and I don't want to be that guy. I just want to be, you know, a nice guy. But I don't want to be a guy who everyone avoids on the tabletop. And I hate the thought of me bringing an army somewhere and people go, "Oh, god damn it, guy's brought Space Marines. I don't want to play him really. Oh, I don't really want to play him," because that would send me insane. Because I just want to play and I just want to have fun with people, and I want them to enjoy themselves when they're playing me as well. I know people say, "Well, that's stupid" and stuff. You could probably argue, but that's the way I like to play my games. Anyway, I'm going to call it there. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts, feedback, and stuff like that in the comments, and we can have a nice little talk down there as we always do. See you now. Have a great day, and bye bye.